How to get verified on Instagram in 2023. First of all, let me just set your expectations right from the start. And I know this isn't what you want to hear, but unfortunately, you probably won't be verified. It's extremely rare and extremely difficult to be verified on Instagram. And I think that's for a good reason. Having a blue check mark next to your name and being verified on Instagram provides social proof, it provides credibility, and it also is an effective way to help deter people from creating fake impersonator accounts. And so if suddenly it was super easy to get verified, kind of like it is on Twitter, then there would be tons of impersonator accounts, there would be tons of fake accounts, tons of fake profiles, and it would really diminish the value of the verified checkmark to begin with. I myself am verified on Instagram, but I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm not verified because of what I do for a living. Most people now know me because I'm a social media growth coach and I help people grow and make more money on Instagram and on social media more broadly, but that's not why I'm verified on Instagram. I'm verified on Instagram because I was a college football player. I got my blue check mark during my college football days when my name was appearing in articles. So it's really tough to get verified. It's not something that you can purchase on Instagram like it is on Twitter, but there are a few things that Instagram has said that they look for in order to verify you, and here they are. The first thing Instagram says is that you have to be authentic, and what they say is you have to represent a real person or a registered business or entity. I think that's probably the easiest box to check off. Most of us are real people, unless there's any robots watching, and most of us do have a legitimate registered business, but it is something to note. If you just started a brand new business and you haven't formally trademarked the name, you haven't filed for incorporation yet, then it might be harder to get verified. The second thing that Instagram looks for is uniqueness. And Instagram says that they're looking for an account that represents the unique presence of a person or a business. Only one account per person or business may be verified, with some rare exceptions for language-specific accounts. So if you had a profile that existed in English and Spanish, both of those could be verified. We do not verify general interest accounts such as @puppymemes. So if you just have a popular account that posts about one topic, also known as a feature account, it kind of features different content all relating to one kind of category, those accounts probably won't be verified. The third thing that Instagram looks for is completeness. And what they say here is that your account must be a public account. It must have a bio, a profile photo, and be active when you apply. Now, they don't specify what they mean by active, but we can assume that it means regularly or at least routinely posting on Instagram, engaging with comments, and being active in the direct messages and Instagram stories as well. And then the fourth criteria to hit, and this is the one that trips most people up, is you have to be notable. And what they say is that your account must represent a well-known, highly searched for person, brand, or entity. We review accounts that are featured in multiple news sources, and we don't consider paid or sponsored media as one of those sources for review. So this is what trips up most people. Most of us are real people with a unique profile that is complete, but not very many people are notable in this way. Instagram is not just looking for your local newspaper or your city's magazine that happened to write an article about you one time. And they're also not looking for those pay to write about me type of services. They're looking for legitimate, popular online news articles that contain your name. Like we're talking the big newspapers, the New York Times, the Washington Post. We're talking big online articles and big online publications that put out massive amounts of news and have a huge following. That's what Instagram is looking for. And I should say that Instagram isn't even necessarily looking for these things unless you apply to be verified. Some very few select people will be verified without having to apply, but for most people who are verified, they had to apply for it in the first case. In order to apply to be verified, you can just go to your Instagram settings, and in the account tab, there is a verification button where you can request to be verified. Part of requesting to be verified is uploading documents that prove that you are a real person, and uploading links to those publications, which again, Instagram wants big news sources. They want these news sources that specifically say your name. They want big newspapers, big articles, big publications to prove that you are someone who is worth verifying. I believe they only ask for 2 of these publications, but if you can provide 3 or 4 or even more the better. And then once you submit verification, there's nothing else you can really do besides sit back and wait. I do want to warn you that there are lots of services online that advertise that they'll get you verified, and some of these services even offer it for $10,000. I've seen $20,000. They guarantee they'll get you verified. But essentially what these services are doing is they are using that money to get you featured in inorganic, inauthentic ways in some pseudo big name publications that aren't very trustworthy. And then they use those publications, they use those articles to say, hey, Instagram, look, this person is verifiable. But to be totally honest with you, most of these are scams. Most of these are just ways to get your money. And even the most legit verification business isn't one that I would trust, because as Instagram has said, you can't purchase verification. And unless you are hiring someone who works at Instagram to be a little bit sleazy and verify you. So don't waste your money. Don't waste your time trying to hire a service to get you verified. If you are someone who deserves to be verified after watching this video today, then collect some of those articles, collect the links to some of those publications, and submit your claim to be verified. Best of luck. And of course, I want to wish you good luck. If you haven't already, please consider pressing the subscribe button. It really helps me grow my channel, and press the like button as well, as it helps the YouTube algorithm recommend my videos to more people.